Well, Sean, here we are. Another day in black day in Black Rock, as they say, I guess. 31 to 6 final score. OSU just whipped us on both sides of the ball today.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad day of football here in Fort Worth. Kenny Hill never really got anything going, got 2 interceptions. Kyle Hicks couldn't get anything going. He ended the game with 25 rushes, 59 yards, less than 2 yards in average. The defense played very well for the most part. They kept Washington, their big receiver, only 4 catches, 27 yards. Unfortunately, they just could not stop the run. Today, OSU has 2 100-yard rushers, Justice Hill with 155 yards and Chris Carson with 147 yards. And it's really difficult to get something going against Oklahoma State when you just can't stop the run.
You know what? They had the same number of carries between Hill and Carson. They both had 33 carries. Between Hill and Hicks, they had 33 carries. The difference is 302 yards for the 2 OSU guys and about 150 for our guys. Not a great day on the ground. We just couldn't get any openings. The line couldn't spring them. And anything they got had to be on their own.
Quite easily, probably the worst game the offensive line has had all season long.
Yeah, absolutely.
And given what we saw in the first couple of weeks of the season, that's saying something.
And it wasn't much better on passing. Statistically, it doesn't look terrible. 18 passes or 18 completions out of 27 attempts, but 2 interceptions for Kenny Hill for 166 yards, 1 touchdown. But you know, we had stopped 3 times inside the red zone.
Yeah, we in the red zone 3 times within the 10-yard line twice, and we were stopped twice. So,
right.
You leave 14 points, as many as 17 points on the board there. Both interceptions went for touchdowns. Not pick sixes, but they eventually became touchdowns for Oklahoma State. So, lose the turnover battle. You can't convert inside the red zone. You're stopped 3 times on a 4th and short situation. Just a really bad game. Some really interesting play calling. No, let's just call it what it is. Really crappy play calling on the offensive side. For whatever reason, they kept trying to run Hicks up the middle, and I applaud them not trying to get away from the run when it doesn't work early on. But after a while, it just looked like somebody's just banging their head up against the wall. Just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, and it just didn't happen.
That kind of reminded me of the old coaching adage, run at their strength, which always was weird to me because do you want to go where somebody's strong or do you want to go where they're weak? And we just kept going with the strength, and it didn't get anywhere with it.
Well, Oklahoma State certainly did that, and they figured out real quickly that they were able to kind of run some of those counters, and they were very successful doing it, mainly because Summers, even though he would be in position, there was just no way he was going to be able to stop either Hill or Carson.
No. And we never adjusted for that either.
No, never did. And that was a problem. And of course, then they threw at Gladney several times. In fact, their leading receiver, who was Chris Lacey, for the most part, they picked on Gladney all day long. And to his credit, he gave up one big play, but for the most part, it was all just long plays where he was in coverage. He had position, just couldn't make a play.
No, I thought Gladney did fairly well there. Tejada did pretty good.
Tejada did great. Tejada was matched up against Washington all day long. Like I said, Washington only had 4 receptions for 27 yards on the day. We thought going into this, Washington was going to be their key player, and to see Washington held to a season-low average like that is fantastic. I think Tejada is definitely back. Lewis looked good. Orr looked good. A little scare there in the middle of the third quarter where he did come back in. Probably got his wind knocked out.
Probably.
But overall, I think there's a lot of good things you can kind of take away from this game on the defense. Obviously, the rush defense is going to be the biggest problem moving forward, especially when we have Texas coming up next week.
Well, Texas got that bull running back, and we better bring our A game for him, or we're going to have the same result here.
Absolutely.
So anyway, on the Texas next week on Black Friday.
Frogs fall 5-5. They still need 1 win to be bowl eligible. And they've got Texas and Kansas State, who, as of right now, Kansas State has either won or is currently winning down in Waco.
Yeah, and that's then we got to face them right after Texas. So, Come on, Gary, make the Frogs great again.
You need a purple hat.
I do.
That's what we got to do. All right. Well, everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we'll see you after Texas.
Let's go Frogs.
Go Frogs.